We're following a developing story after a positive COVID test today. Duke's tournament hopes are over. They beat Louisville last night. They were supposed to face Florida State tonight in the ACC tournament. They had to forfeit the game, ending their season at 13-11. And Florida State moves on to the ACC semifinals. And while the country has dealt with the pandemic for exactly a year, we haven't seen many surprises when it comes to crowned champs in sports. The Lakers, the Storm, the Dodgers, the Lightning, Alabama, the Buccaneers all have won titles. But in college hoops, the story is completely different. Blue Bloods have struggled to match the expectations. And on the same day that Kentucky's season came to an end, Duke had to forfeit their ACC quarterfinal game due to a positive COVID test, ending their streak of NCAA tournament appearances at 24. Here's Shelley Smith to chronicle Duke's most difficult season in decades.
45 minutes on the bus back to Durham, turn around and come back here tomorrow night to face Florida State.
Just Wednesday night, Coach K was waxing poetic about still having a chance to play in the NCAA tournament.
Our sport needs this tournament. It's really the best sporting event in the United States.
4 months ago, he had a very different take on the idea of college basketball in a pandemic, questioning whether games should even be played.
I know the NCAA is worried about the end game. They're not as worried about the game we're playing right now.
Perhaps because those comments came on the heels of Duke losing 2 of its first 4 games, including a 15-point loss to Illinois at home. The backlash was swift.
Do you think if Coach K hadn't lost the 2 non-conference games at home, if he'd still be saying that?
Probably not.
Okay, I just wanted you to say it, not me.
Look, I just got my butt beat a lot, so anything I say, someone can say, well, he's saying that because he got his butt beat. I would just like for the safety, the mental health and the physical health of our players and staff, for their, like, to assess where we're at. You know, in our country today, you have 2,000 deaths a day.
The season was tumultuous from the outset. In early December, the Blue Devils canceled their non-conference games and played just 1 game between December 8th and January 6th. While they played better after that, there was still stress, including this response to a student reporter after a loss to Louisville.
Coach, I'm just curious as to what the next step forward here is for the team as you guys move into another week of basketball.
Yeah, why don't we just evaluate this game? You know, I'm not into what our next step forward is right now. What's your hardest class?
Econ.
Okay, so say you just had the toughest econ test in the world, and when you walked out, somebody asked you, what's your next step? You see what I mean?
Then, on February 15th, with just 7 games left, freshman Jalen Johnson opted out of the rest of the season, he said, to prepare for the NBA draft.
He made the best decision for himself. He's getting a lot of backlash for it, but we're supporting him 100% with this.
I'm a coach because of players. And these kids should have the choice to do whatever they want.
The Blue Devils lost to North Carolina and stumbled into the ACC tournament, but won their first 2 games, regaining some momentum. And then this happened. One of Duke's Tier 1 personnel tested positive for COVID, and Duke AD Kevin White announced the 2021 season to be over. It's now official. The Blue Devils' streak of 24 consecutive NCAA tournaments is over as well. For ESPN, I'm Shelley Smith.
Shelley, thank you. This will be the first time since 1995 that Duke won't be in your NCAA tournament bracket. That's just weird. That's just the whole thing. Kentucky and Duke not in a bracket.
Right.
That was the 3rd longest streak all time, by the way, for the Dukies. In addition, their 9 ACC losses, the most in which Coach K was on the bench for the entire season, going back to the 82-83 season, and that team featured a young freshman who was smarter than everybody in the locker room.
Sure.
His name was Jay Billis.
And remains so.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.